The La Sportiva Jackal II BOA is a performance-oriented mountain running shoe really designed to take on any distance, but built specifically with those ultra-long distances in mind. So how did it feel in testing, and is this the shoe for you? Well, let's find out. Well, hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. First, I want to let you know that La Sportiva did send the Jackal II BOAs to me to review. They're not going to see this footage ahead of time. They're not going to proof it, pay me, none of that stuff. I'm going to say the honest truth, just like always. Well, first, let's go over the stats of the Jackal II BOA. First off, it is a mountain trail running shoe. It's a little twisting to it there, a little flexibility, but it is pretty stiff and rigid. I'll say that. And we'll get to the reasons why in just a little bit. So the Jackal II BOA is built on the same platform as the Jackal II without the BOA. This just has the fancy BOA Fit System, which is really nice. We'll get to more of that. And I should note too that many other reviewers out there have said that the BOA version is a little bit more narrow than the original Jackal II. As for the stack height of the Jackal II BOA, in the rear it is 29 millimeters, and then in the front it is 22 millimeters for a 7 millimeter drop. As for the weight, my men's size 11.5 weighed in at 11.5 ounces or 328 grams. It does feel a little bit heavy underfoot. I gotta be honest with you guys. It definitely feels like a really well-built, durable shoe, and there's some weight with that. And you may notice I did say size 11.5. That's because the La Sportiva rep did recommend that I go up a half a size because these typically run a little bit narrower or smaller than some other shoes. So if you're looking at a La Sportiva shoe, maybe keep that in mind and go up about a half a size. Hey, real quick, before we get to the rest of the jargon from La Sportiva, once you scroll down, click that thumbs up button, give the video a like. It does help out a lot, and I would really appreciate it. Well, let's talk about the upper of the Jackal II BOA. First off, it is built from the La Sportiva Tempo last, which gives it a really nice and secure, kind of snug fit. And again, the last is just the preformed mold that they use to actually form the shoe when they make the upper and all that. It's just, you know, shoe lingo. And I gotta say, this upper is definitely different than pretty much any other shoe that I've tested. I mean, you can see it looks high tech. There looks like there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I'll do my best in this review to kind of tell you why. So the upper features what they call their spiral fit tongue and heel collar, ankle collar area here. That's this kind of bit right here. And it's built with a multi-layer areoprene, at least I think that's how it's pronounced. And that's designed to protect against heel impact and also debris getting inside the shoe. And I gotta say, that works really, really well. As basically a gaiter built into the shoe, it did work really well on the really rocky, sandy trails, kind of loose dirt here in Colorado, kept that debris out of my foot pretty nicely. The way that this spiral fit tongue shape here is constructed is designed to be pretty breathable as well. So let's go and take a look at that breathability test. When I switched the hairdryer on low, you can see that the tissue actually went up a decent amount. I gotta be honest, it went up more than I was expecting it to do. When I put that hairdryer on high, it went up even more. So this shoe is definitely fairly breathable. When running, you know, it wasn't very hot when I've been testing the shoe, but it was decently warm, and my foot never felt hot or overheated, so I gotta say, I guess the breathability works pretty well. The fit of the upper is balanced and features unencumbered flexibility due to the BOA Fit System here. And that works in combination with these dynamic straps over the kind of the forefoot area a little bit, and then this one, which will help kind of lock it down in the heel. In testing, I could easily tighten or loosen this. All you gotta do is pull it out like that, pop it, and then you can pull this out, loosen it, push it in, and then twist it really simply to tighten it back down. It is very simple and quite nice. It works really well. My foot felt secure. I never had any issues with you know, something I couldn't correct. If my heel felt like it might have been slipping a little bit, just give it a little twist. It worked great. So that flexibility from the BOA Fit System is really nice, and I could see that being really huge in a race. Let's say you're gonna be changing shoes. Maybe you just went through a water crossing and you wanna change your shoes. Just go pop, pop, loosen it, slide it off, push it in, twist it, you're good to go. You're out of there really quick. And I should mention too that even while wearing an ankle brace, which I have been doing on my left ankle, and it's pretty bulky, this fits really well in that spiral fit tongue, heel, collar area and feels very comfortable. So the forefoot of the Jackal II BOA here is made from a recycled sandwiched mesh. Basically it's, you know, multiple layers. And it has what La Sportiva calls these no-sew thermal adhesive TPU reinforcements around the shoe. A lot of shoe lingo in this video. La Sportiva has some interesting names, but basically it provides a little more support, structure, and stability to that upper and really helps it form to your foot very well. And the toe cap here you can see in the front is made of a TPU material. It feels very thick and durable. I definitely smacked my toes a couple of times when running with these and had no issues. You can tell that all of these features, the kind of technology in this shoe, it really does point to the fact that this is designed for mountain running and running in some pretty serious terrain. As for the width of that toe box, it really felt, you know, adequate for my foot. You know, I couldn't really move the toes around side to side too much, but I didn't have any rubbing either. It was plenty comfortable even when wearing toe socks. As for the midfoot here in the medial arch, again, it was okay. It was average for my size foot. If you have a wider foot, it's probably going to be a little snug on you because, like I said in the beginning, this might be a little more narrow than the Jackal II without the BOA system. So the heel collar down inside of this spiral fit tongue here is nicely padded. It's very comfortable. I didn't have any issues with discomfort, rubbing, heel slippage, and if I did, I could easily just twist it, get it secure, get it a little bit tighter. Or if maybe I was going uphill and my foot was flexing a bit more, maybe up here in the front, I could loosen it like that, just a little bit, and it was perfect. But that heel collar is great, really no issues. And it really does protect the foot from any side impacts, maybe if you smack it into the side of a rock while you're going up a pretty technical trail. Overall, the upper of the La Sportiva Jackal II is definitely different than a lot of shoes out there, but I quite like it. I really like the flexibility and ease of use of this dual BOA fit system here. It's really nice. It hugs the foot well and feels really comfortable. The midsole of the Jackal II BOA is one that I would describe as more firm and durable versus cushioned and responsive, but that's not a bad thing. So the midsole features a innovative combination of EVA and Infinite 2 PU inserts, which are about 10 millimeters in the heel and 5 millimeters in the front, for what La Sportiva says is the perfect balance of stability and long distance cushion. To be honest, I had no clue what Infinite 2 PU inserts were. I had to look it up. According to La Sportiva, Infinite 2 is a softer foam than most EVAs out there, but also provides better energy return and more compression resistance, so hopefully making it a little more durable and it won't kind of go flat too early. So the longest I wore these was about 4 hours, and that was a combination run/hike. And my feet felt fine. They didn't really feel fatigued. Definitely not as cushioned as some other trail shoes that I have tested, that is for sure. I probably couldn't see myself wearing this for an ultra marathon distance, even though it's designed for that longer, but just with my foot. Maybe a 50K, but I pretty much would call that the limit for myself personally. The ground feel though with these is definitely a little bit better due to that lower stack height, that less midsole foam. And I gotta say, I really liked the 1.5 millimeter dual density compressed EVA rock guard. Gosh, that's a mouthful to say. But I never really felt rocks poking through, and I ran on a pretty rocky trail once or twice with these testing. It's a very durable platform and protects your foot very well. Again, showing you that it's really designed for that mountain running. So the outsole of the La Sportiva Jackal II BOA is La Sportiva's FriXion XF 2.0 with impact brake system and flex inserts, and features 3.5 millimeter lugs. Holy cow, that's a lot of lingo. Let's see if we can break it down just a little bit. So the FriXion XF 2.0 outsole is this little white X. If you see another La Sportiva shoe with the white X, it's the same compound. They use a kind of a color-coded system for ease of use. And this is their all-terrain compound. It's very sticky over all sorts of terrain. It feels really, really good on the trail. I should note that the Jackal II, the non-BOA system, the standard laces, features their FriXion XT, which is the red X compound, and others have reported that it is not as sticky, but maybe a little bit more durable than this XF white X compound. So this XF compound in my testing has been great on loose, like rocky terrain, actual rocks, boulders, kind of jumping from those. Really no issues at all. It did pretty decently in the mud also. It's been very good, and I've been quite impressed with the grip. As for those flex inserts, if you look at the rear of the shoe here, you can see these little grooves that go on either side of this X, and also in the forefoot right here. Those are designed to provide a little bit more flex, hence the name flex inserts there. And it does flex a little bit, but it's a pretty rigid, stiff outsole, so there's not a ton of flexibility there, but it does provide a lot of stability. Like I said, I never really had any issues with any instability in this over all sorts of terrain. As for that impact brake system, it's basically an innovative design of the lugs, the way that they're shaped, to increase grip going downhill and reduce those negative impacts of that, downhill pounding. If you look closely, you can see that the way these lugs are shaped, they are shaped opposite. So you have one kind of this way and one this way on either side. And that's to basically help absorb that impact as your foot is coming in contact with the ground and helping it to spread more evenly and reduce the impact to your body. And some of the lugs in the rear you can see are really positioned to really dig in as you're maybe heel striking going downhill a little bit more. really to allow the maximum amount of contact with these lugs, with the ground while you're going downhill fast. So overall, the FriXion XF 2.0 compound has been awesome in testing, really very confidence inspiring over pretty much any type of terrain. I gotta say, it ranks up there with probably one of the more sticky compounds on the market. As for the price of the Jackal II BOA, it retails for $185 US. However, right now, as of the time of this filming, it's actually on sale for $138.75. That's a huge sale. Is the Jackal II BOA worth $185? I don't know. Maybe if you're going into some serious terrain, you know, into the mountains, but at that $138.75 price, it is absolutely worth it and definitely worth picking up. So the bottom line of the Jackal II BOA, this is clearly a shoe designed for long mountain runs over technical terrain. The foot and ankle protection in the heel collar here is really, it's amazing. It works really, really well. This spiral fit tongue and this BOA Fit System offers such flexibility and comfort. You can really get a lockdown to your foot shape specifically, and it works very, very well. And this is definitely a shoe designed to last a long time. The materials, the build quality, this FriXion XF 2.0 compound, really, I think this is gonna last probably 500 miles or more. It's gonna last you quite a while. So if those are features you were looking for in a shoe and you're gonna be heading up into the mountains over some serious terrain, definitely might be the shoe for you to check out. Well, if you've tried the Jackal II BOA or the regular Jackal II, maybe both, maybe you can comment below and let us know if one is wider than the other and what your thoughts are on the shoe, if you like the BOA system, if you've had any issues. And while you're down there, don't forget to click that thumbs up button, give the video a like. That really does help out a lot, and I would appreciate that. Maybe click subscribe as well, and you'll see more content like this in the future. And as always, if you are looking to support even more, you're welcome to join as a member. Well, if you want to take a look at a completely different shoe, because I haven't reviewed any other La Sportivas yet, stay tuned. I do have the Akasha 2s here that I'm reviewing, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to take a look at a completely different shoe meant for the trails as well, take a look at the Hoka Tecton X2 video on your screen. Then I'll throw a playlist up of some other shoe reviews as well to take a look at. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.